Hi guys. So I'm gonna be getting ready for the day, and I just figured I would do some rambling about kind of what's going on in my head. I did want to specify that I'm not in any danger. I don't feel like you should be concerned about me. I don't feel like I'm gonna say anything that's really extreme or anything like that, but I also am pretty paranoid about people getting the wrong idea or anything. So definitely, I feel like I'm completely fine. So don't worry about that. I'm just gonna talk about a lot of things that are constantly going through my head, and I'm just putting it out there, documenting this for the future me to look back, and hopefully see me doing better and kind of go from there. The first thing I want to talk about is I did go to a dermatology appointment this week. I've got a lot of moles and bumps on my arms. I don't have too many right now, but I get a lot of red bumps that you can barely see at all. That's why I end up I have all these scars on my arms that you can't see because I pick at them. And so basically, they looked at all my moles and they think that the moles are all fine. I didn't have to get any moles removed. Move my camera up a little bit. There, bad angle, but whatever. So I didn't get any moles removed, but the red marks, I didn't have too many, so they weren't able to test it. They said that they would have been able to test it if I had more of an area to work with, but they brought up the idea that it could be have to do with a gluten sensitivity or allergy or something to do with gluten, basically, which I'll get into in a little bit, but that's kind of already been on my mind. So they said that because the cause of these bumps, happening in the first place, could be because of this potential gluten thing, that there's other causes, but it does look like, I don't know the name of it, I might put it on the screen if I can find it, but it looks like the kind of skin condition that's caused by celiac disease and things like that. I'm going to talk about it in the future in this video, but I do have a gastroenterology appointment set up, so I'm already kind of on track to get that started. They also said that me picking at them and causing them scars and stuff, it's probably because of my anxiety, which I know. So they want me to get that taken care of, which I'm going to also talk about this in the video, but I am starting therapy the beginning of March. So I've got 2 weeks left, but I am starting that. I'm really excited about that, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that as well in this video. Sorry, I can't see anymore, and I just have this on my phone, so we're just gonna look at my phone. Yeah, so going into therapy, just because I do have 2 weeks for that. Obviously, I have anxiety. I've had that I feel ever since I can remember, but mainly at least from middle school. And yeah, I just would like to be able to live my life and not be constantly scared. Basically, it's the feeling I have all the time, I'm constantly on edge and scared. And then another thing that I'm a little bit worried to say, because I've been trying to, I'm not self-diagnosing myself, but I am kind of convinced, I guess is the best word to say, but I'm open to other possibilities. But I have sensory issues. I have a hard time with dry skin, wet skin. I stopped taking my anxiety medicine because it just was I don't know, I was getting a really disgusted reaction to just taking it, and I don't know what was causing it. But a lot of things like that. I have a hard time brushing my teeth and taking showers and stuff because I don't wet. I have a lot of things. I can't touch vinyl. I have very specific things. And then doing more research, I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking I could potentially have autism. And my primary care provider also said this is a possibility. She also mentioned OCD, but my own research, I'm not sure if that's the case, but I'm just gonna, I'm going into it with the idea that I could potentially have OCD, but I am leaning more towards autism. But of course, we're gonna see. If that's the case, my therapy office, they do assessments, I'm pretty sure. They did say that they'd be able to do that. So we're gonna see what they say about that. That's one thing that I'm trying to without a diagnosis, but I'm trying to like almost come to terms with it. I'm looking up things relating to it to try to make basically my existence easier in the meantime and go from there, I guess. And then in general, something else I'm going to discuss in therapy is like a lack of confidence, which I do think stems from those two other things, but something I would like to work on too. As for gastroenterology, I mentioned before about the gluten thing, but basically this stems from my whole life. I've kind of never really burped, and when I do, it's like very sudden but very small. Like I don't have any control over it, so it just kind of happens. But I get like this growling sound almost out of my throat that happens, like no control over it. And I get, recently it's been happening where I get like a bubble on my chest, and it's been like the last 2 years or so, and it gets like bigger, and I basically like describe it as like a balloon in my chest every time I eat. And the more I eat, it gets harder and harder to like handle because it's just like the pressure, and it hurts. So I'm very limited on what I can eat. Certain things do it worse than others, but everything does it. And so I'm very limited in how much I can eat and what I can eat. So there comes to a point where I can basically have little snacks throughout the day, but I can kind of only have like one meal, like actual meal. And even then I don't eat too much. So that's an issue that I'm having. But basically, I also don't know if this is related, but I can't swallow pills either. I don't know if that is a sensory thing or just like a physical inability to swallow pills, but I just never have been able to swallow a pill. So I always thought it was something wrong with my throat, like some sort of esophagus thing, like it didn't open up enough or something. But I recently, because it was everything I ate, I was like, what would be in everything I ate? And I thought of gluten. So I tried it for a couple days where I didn't have any gluten, and I was actually able to eat things and not have that feeling for like 3 days straight. And this feeling usually happens every time I eat anything. Like no matter what, like I eat one thing and it starts, and then it gets worse the more things I eat, and then the next day I would be reset, and as soon as I eat, it would happen again. So those couple days where I was eating gluten-free, like only gluten-free, was like the first time in a couple years that I did not have any discomfort at all while eating. And I'm gonna be honest, I do have that discomfort right now. So like, I wasn't getting to that because I'm thinking it could be related to gluten. Again, I'm open to possibilities, but it's just interesting that that didn't happen for the first time in forever when I didn't eat gluten. But I read that you are not supposed to eat gluten-free or less gluten. I believe it's 6 weeks before testing. So because I have an appointment in the beginning of April, I have been sticking to foods with gluten in it mostly, so that I can hopefully get the most accurate testing possible if that is needed. That's kind of where I'm going with that. And then just in general, I want to talk about my overall appearance. I took the appointment to get a tattoo on March 17th, so I'm really excited about that. I do have hopes to maybe one day fill in my arm, but I have to come up with more ideas. Another idea I have, I'm just trying to figure out how to execute it, but I want to get all my guinea pigs' paw prints and Poppy the bird's paw or footprint, whatever you call it, as well. I just don't know how to get the paw prints, so that's a little bit of an issue, but I'm looking forward to that. I did get some fake septum piercings because I actually, I think it's called Tuesday. It's 2/22/22, this upcoming Tuesday actually. The tattoo place I go to is having like sort of all these deals and stuff on piercings and tattoos and all this. So I saw a bunch of pictures of septum piercings, and I was about ready to be like, I'm going on Tuesday. But I didn't even know if I was going to look good, and just in general, I didn't want to like do that. The idea of piercings honestly freaks me out. I was 19 when I got my ears pierced. So I don't know, maybe, but I got fake ones, and I'm just going to have to go from there and see how those work. If I like them or whatnot. And then obviously, it's not as bad as when I first did it, but I honestly don't like this pink hair. So I am going to be going to my mom's on this Tuesday to kind of re-bleach all the dark parts and kind of get it all like one color hopefully, and go from there. I don't really know what color I'm dyeing it, but I honestly, like, I'm just trying to work on making myself look and feel good and like cool. Because I really like the colored hair. The piercing's kind of a new thing that I was trying to feel more alternative, I guess. I feel silly saying that because I'm definitely not, you know, like a Daredevil or like literally anything, but I kind of like looking different. So I want to do that, be more into, you know, putting my makeup on and wearing different colors and stuff like that. And something else I was looking into, I'm going to talk to my therapist about this, if this would actually help, but I think I need to plan specific days with my boyfriend. Like, we used to have specific days where we were like, oh, it's like Jacob Day. You know, I would like see him on that day. Now we live together, we don't really plan like anything at all. We just kind of come home and go from there. So I feel like we even need to like not even plan something to do, but like plan like we're gonna get like fast food on this day. Like this is gonna be a special day for something. You know, we're gonna plan something. Just something I guess to look forward to. And also, I think I'm kind of realizing that the only structure I kind of have in my life right now is going to work. And I feel like I need more structure outside of work. So basically, I was talking to my mom about this, and I think this kind of sums it up, but I honestly don't know. I kind of feel like I've reached all of my goals, which is a good thing. Like, I wanted to move out, I wanted to graduate with my bachelor's degree, I wanted to become a vet tech, and I'm currently in vet tech school, and I got my bachelor's in biology, and I moved out. I got a bird, you know. I did everything that I've been wanting to do. But like everything I was doing in the past, like going to school and like working and doing all these things, I was doing it with a goal in mind. And now I'm just doing things to enjoy them and like maintain what I have, which is a good thing. And I feel like I should be completely content with that. Like I finally did it, you know, and I'm just like, this is not the right thing I'm trying to say, but like I'm not living to work, I'm working to live sort of thing now. So I feel like I should be happy, but I'm not completely content. Like something is off and I don't really know why. Like I am happy. Like I wouldn't say I'm not happy. Something is off and it's like I can't find anything that I actually like enjoy. I constantly feel like I'm wasting time. Like I just want to like live life. I can't think of very many examples, you know, but like I want to just do things. I want to drive home and be like, oh, I want to go to that store. Just go to the store. Like that seems like a very easy thing. But for some reason I'm always like, no, I have to go home. And why can't I? Like, and then I just go home and I sit here and do the same thing I'm always doing. So I kind of want to do more, I guess, spontaneous. I don't know. Like I just want to do things. When I get into a hobby or something, when I can't find anything, I just want something to do that I actually like. I just feel like everything I'm just doing because I have to do it or something. I'm not doing it because I want to. I don't know. It's really weird. Yeah, that's everything. So I just had like notes on my phone because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. Kind of just ranted to you for like a while and didn't get unready at all. Literally just took my contacts out. But I hope you enjoyed hearing kind of what's going on inside my head. I'm probably really annoying. Sorry you having to hear all of this, but hopefully this got it out of my system, and it's just one big thing of everything I have been thinking of for like a while. And yeah, and hopefully I have a good update sometime in the future. And I hope I can look back at this video and be like, yeah, we got that taken care of, you're fine, or something, you know. Alright, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.